So over the years, I have covered a lot of visa processing topics, and a lot of you have asked, what about student visa from our home country? So in this video, that is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about Spanish student visa from your home country, wherever you are. Are you ready? Let's jump into it. Welcome to my channel, Motivated and Inspired. My name is Mimi Faith, and on this channel I do share topics under immigration in both UK and in Spain, because I live in both countries. So I love to give pure factual information based on personal experiences from my family and friends, as well as an in-depth research. I also do share vlogging and many other topics. So if this does interest you, please do make sure you engage with my content. And if you do have any information or you do have any question, please, you can write it in the comment section, or you can send me a message on my platforms. So let's dive straight into the Spanish student visa. Who can apply for this visa? It's for anyone who want to undertake studies in Spain for more than 90 days. This visa type can also be issued for anyone who is going to take conversational class assistant role, or anyone who is going to be an au pair. Now, what kind of study should it be? It should be a doctorate degree or any course in a public or private registered institution that will earn you a certification after the studies. So you can apply to take a studies that is language course, a Spanish language course, but it must be in an institution that is recognized by the Spanish government. And also you must earn a certification at the end of your studies. When you are searching for a school, you have to remember that this school must be registered, and you have to ask them for their registration, and then you will check online if they are registered. It's just there in the public domain online. So you have to do this research. I'm still repeating on this because a lot of you have been defrauded by fake schools or people who don't even have any school at all. So do your due diligence and do a research on this. Can you apply for this visa with dependents? Yes, you can, but only two types of dependents, and those dependents have to be spouse or children. How long does this visa process take? Normally, it takes 30 days. So if you apply for it, you're going to get it within 30 days. What are the compulsory activities? You must be a full-time student in this institution or whatever institution that you've been admitted. Can you work with this visa? Yes, the answer is yes. You can work up to 30 hours, but you must be a full-time student. That is really great. In my previous video, I mentioned that things have changed because previously this wasn't available. Now you can earn up to 30 hours. The original or standard working hours in Spain is 40 hours per week. They are going to change that to 36. So you being able to work 30 hours a week is extremely close to the standard working hours per week. 30 hours per week is what you can do on a student visa in Spain. Okay, so now that we have all of this in mind, let's go straight and talk about what is required. Number one, you must download and fill the national visa application form, which I will share with you with a link that I'm going to put in my description box. But as I said, you have to go to BLS website in your home country, and they will give you all the links. So through them, you will download the form and then you fill it. Then number two, you must have a valid passport that is not going to expire within the duration you want to stay in Spain. Number three, you must have a passport picture that has white background. It must be three, okay? Three. You're going to use one of them on the form that you're going to fill. Remember, these forms must not be clipped. It must be single form. So if they are 3 pages, they must not be clipped to another. It must be single, like one after the other. And then there is a spot where you're going to be asked to put your photo. That is where you put the photo, and you use a pin to just clip it, okay? Like a removable pin. Do not staple the form, please. Then you also need proof of acceptance, whether it is a university or it's a language school, whatever institution. There must be a proof that you've been admitted, and by that it means that you have to pay the fees and give them every document they have requested from you, so that you will be given that proof of acceptance that you're being admitted into that school. And then you also need your medical report. Depending on the country you find yourself in, you'll be directed to go to specific institution to get a medical report. They want to make sure you do not have any other disease that you can contaminate other people with when you arrive in Spain. And then you also need your criminal check report, which you have to do through the police. In my country, you have to go to the police to do this. I don't know how you get that in your country. So on the website of BLS, okay, you will find the details on where to go to be able to acquire that document. Now, proof of financial means is the next requirement you need. Now, in Spain, they do have something called IPREM. IPREM. I've mentioned it a lot in a lot of my videos, but if you are new, this is it. And it's just basically an amount to prove that you can sustain yourself financially whilst you are in Spain. The amount required is 600 euros per month. That is for you, the main applicant. If you are going with your family or dependents, the first person, that is, let's say for example, you are going with your husband, then your husband must have 75% of 600 per month. So for you, 600 euros times 12 months, that is, if your studies is for 12 months, that is 7,200 euros per a year. So if it's going to be 2 years of studies, then you have to multiply. But I will advise that you think about the first year. Usually your studies extension will only be done every 1 year. Okay, so the first one is 1 year. So think about the first year. Then your spouse is going to have 75% of that. The next person, whether 2 or 3 more kids, all of them are going to be 50% of the IPREM. You also need your health insurance. Again, BLS will tell you which companies to go with, because the embassies do work with certain companies. I mean, they are trying to avoid fraudulent cases, which have happened a lot of times. So they will let you know that you should go to this company, okay, to get your insurance. And the insurance should cover you up to 30,000 euros. This is very important. This document is very important. You shouldn't make a mistake about it. Go to the actual company that is being recommended by BLS or the Spanish embassy, because if not, then you're taking a higher rate. You'll be denied after gathering all these documents and going through all the process that you have to go through to get all these documents, and then you'll be denied because you made a tiny mistake. So do not make any mistake. Follow them, their recommendation, and go to the actual company that is being recommended for. So these 2 requirements are for minors. So if you are under 18 and you're applying for this visa type, then you also need a proof of legal representative. And aside that, you need authorization of legal representative, which means your parents have to give legal authorization to anyone representing you. But if they are doing both of them, then they just have to also give that authorization that they are applying for you. The last document you need is payment of the visa fee, which you must have as a proof. You will submit your documents in person by yourself. So even if you're a minor, you have to go there with your parents, or a legal representative. Okay, once the payment is done, you'll be issued a receipt. This receipt must be attached to your document because it will serve as a proof of payment for the visa fee. The fee varies for each person depending on the country you find yourself in. So on the website of BLS, you'll be told or you'll be indicated the amount you have to pay. Mostly it is paid in cash. So make sure you go there in cash, and it will have to be in your home currency. So if you find yourself in Ghana, it will have to be in cedis. It will be in euros or whatever, but it will be in the equivalent of cedis, and it has to be cash. Do not forget to go to the website of BLS, okay, to get all the necessary information, because there might be a little bit of changes. They might ask for more, they might ask for less documents depending on the country you are. So these are all the documents that you do need for this visa type. I have mentioned that you have to apply in person, submit it in person, through BLS, okay? And you have to check their address and everything on their website in your home country. Now, I wish you best of luck. I wish you the very, very best of luck that you are being granted this visa. However, if the worst happens and they do not approve this visa, you can still appeal, okay? The appealing can be expensive, but lesser expensive than starting the whole process, depending on where you find yourself. And when your visa arrives, you will have a visa type D, and it will be only for 90 days. When you arrive in Spain, then you have to apply for your card. So it is the card, on the card, that they will state how long you are going to stay in Spain, depending on the length of your studies. That will be stated in your admission form, okay? And then they will also state what you can do, as in, can you work? It will be stated on your card. So when you go and look for work and you apply for work, you don't need any other documents apart from your residential card. You just show it to them. It is stated on it that you can work, and boom, that's it. I hope that you find a lot of information in this video. If there is anything that I've not mentioned or you're not clear with, please do leave a comment or just write to me on Instagram, Facebook, or through my email, and I will be there to serve you. Do not forget to share this video if it makes sense to you. Even if it doesn't, please do share it. Other people need this information, trust me. Yeah. And be nice in the comment section, okay? Do all the necessary things you have to do, and subscribe if you like this content. And in whatever you do, be you, be bold, do whatever you want to do, say whatever you want to say, as long as you're not hurting anyone. But most of all, stay motivated and inspired. And I will see you in the next video. It's adios.
Stay motivated and inspired.